army building! Hello and welcome to the third instalment of my History of the Daleks and Army Building collections. So today's video is heavily influenced by the chase, of course. Now before I go ahead and get into the actual Daleks that are in this collection, I have a funny story. The very first time I saw the chase was back in the early 90s on UK Gold. Now for whatever reason I wasn't able to be present at the time of the screening, so I got my lovely sister to record it for me on VHS. Halfway through the recording though, for some reason it got muted, so when I got home from wherever it was, I enjoyed the first few episodes and then suddenly there was no volume. I literally could not believe it. I then had to wait until a few years later when I was able to go to a convention and I purchased the chase on video for like £200 for one video. I know, insane, but videos were kind of expensive back then, so I was finally able to listen to it, and when I did I absolutely loved it. Of course now the chase is available on DVD and it's on BritBox and soon to be on Blu-ray I expect as well, so many media outlets for you to enjoy the chase. So let's get into the Daleks in this collection. So the very first Dalek that was actually released by Character Options from the chase was this Dalek right here. This is the Dalek that was basically released in what was known as the chase set, which is rather a good name I suppose. It came with two of these Daleks exactly identical, and it also came with a mechanoid. I've got 4 or 5 mechanoids up behind me, but had nowhere to display those, and technically speaking they're not Daleks, so they're not part of this video. So yeah, this was the very first time we saw a chase Dalek. I absolutely fell in love with it. It's probably one of my favourite designs of Dalek. It's just absolutely incredible. Of course it has nice orange lights. Make a note of those because, well, as you'll see later on in the video, they will be different. So, as I said, this was fantastic. This was perfect for army building because it came with 2 identical Daleks. So I went ahead and bought, I think, maybe 5 or 6 of the chase sets, which is why I've managed to get 10 of these original chase Daleks. So all the Daleks that are on this back line here, where I took this Dalek from, they are the original chase Daleks. Fantastic. I love them so much. Then, a few years later, we were graced with what's probably known to be the rarest and hardest Dalek to get hold of, and that is this one here, the Chase Guard Dalek, the sound effects version. This Dalek, as I mentioned, is sound effects, so if you press this button here, Daleks will destroy all life. Apparently Daleks will destroy all life, apart from the Doctor, because they never managed to. So, yeah, this was the Dalek. It was a single release. I have it mint sealed in its packaging in the glass cabinet there as well, and I didn't include this in the opening shot because I just didn't have a space to put it in. But as you can see, there's lots of these down here, but I'm afraid to say this is the only one that's the sound effects one. I don't know whether the price has like gone down now because these new releases, there are some slight differences, but like I say, this Dalek was gold dust for the longest time, and I was really happy to be able to get hold of just the one, and the one mint sealed in its packaging. So then what happened is, up until recently, that was all we had. And then suddenly Character Options announced that they were releasing the Jungles of Mechanus set, which is this one here. Excuse my reflection, you can probably see. So the Jungles of Mechanus set included 2 lovely Daleks, completely identical, which meant army building was again possible. I went ahead and purchased, I think, about 15 to 16 of these sets, and they were £24.99. What was simply amazing about this particular set, it was an online exclusive, which meant you could buy it online. So you were able to order as many as you wanted, and it was just fantastic. I think I was one of the first people in the country to get them because I'd ordered so many. They literally came the day after I ordered them, the day after release. It was incredible. So what we'll do now is we'll pan up and I'll show you my unboxed collection. Like I say, I have about 9 sets that are mint in their packaging. I just literally haven't got the space to display them all, but I will open them eventually. So let's take a look at the Daleks that have been opened, and they are at the top of this shot. And here they are in all their glory. Apologies, they're a little bit wonky, but I had to somehow display them in this video to get them all in shot. Now, I will grab hold of one randomly, and this will be the one I choose. And here, as you can see, the difference on this particular Dalek, as opposed to the sound effects Dalek, is it has the big bass fender, and there's obviously the big lights as well. So these Daleks then became the most amazing Daleks because they were literally the Dalek that was so similar to the movie Daleks from the Peter Cushing films, and they're Daleks that everyone just absolutely loves. I personally adore them. Really hope Character Options get the license to bring those out at some point. But as you can see here, the Dalek is just amazing, and to be able to army build these Daleks is just superb. Yes, technically speaking, there was probably only one ever seen in the whole entire show, but I don't army build the amount of Daleks or set props that they had on the set. I army build just because I love them. So that is the Chase Guard Dalek with fender base. Now, something else I've also done to one of these Daleks, and I'll show you that here, is customize it, and this is thanks to Nathan, or Dalek Idea. And what I've done here is given this particular Dalek the claw arm, which, I mean, it just looks like it's come straight out of the movies, which is so good. I had to cut off the plunger and obviously get that stuck on there, but it looks really nice. It's been super glued, so it's very much never coming off. Now, talking about customs, I actually have another one to show you of the same Dalek, and here it is. This is the Dalek, which basically has a cutting arm, and the articulation is really good. It goes up and down, and I think I need to paint a little gold bit at the end to make it more accurate, but I'm really happy with that. That came from Nathan as well. And basically this was used during the first film to cut the door open, basically, to get the time travelers. So I absolutely love it. I just think it looks so unique. So I'm really happy to have been able to customize that and include that in the collection and include that in this video, because technically, okay, yeah, it's not from the Chase, but it's a Chase Guard Dalek. So here he is in all his glory. Now, moving on to two more Daleks that have just been released, and that is, of course, from the History of a Dalek set 3. I was so happy when this was announced, because not only did it include the amazing Chase Guard Dalek, and his colours are just absolutely beautiful. If I compare him to the original sound effects Dalek, this is the original sound effects Dalek, you can see the differences. Okay, there's just basically minor paint apps and whatnot, but having this Dalek and being able to army build it like I obviously have done here has just been incredible. I posted some pictures of this collection on Facebook a while ago, and the comments were so positive, so kind and thoughtful. I really did want to say a massive thank you to everyone that had commented on that post, because, like I said, it was literally filled with so much positivity, and everyone respects the fact that I'm a little bit bonkers and I do love army building Daleks. Now, the set that I'm talking about, of course, is boxed up over there. I've got a review of that separately. If you would like to check that out, then check out that video. So not only did it come with the Chase Guard Dalek variant, it came with another Chase Dalek variant, and this one is, well, up for debate really. Is it as good or maybe not as good? I don't know at this point, but with a difference in this Dalek, not only are the lights no longer orange, they're a kind of yellowy colour. The most noticeable difference is this gun box here. It's kind of like a white cream colour. If you compare it to his counterpart, you can see the difference there. I think from the side it potentially looks better, but when you look at it face to face, I'm not sure, to be honest with you. So comment down below and let me know what you think of this new gun box colour. So how many of these sets did I buy? That's what's on everyone's mind right now, I expect. So the History of a Dalek set 3, I did go a little bit crazy. And as you can see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 Chase Guard Daleks, and also 10 of those, which basically means I've bought 10 sets that I've opened. I've got 6 at the back there, so that's 16 sets. And I think that's pretty much it. There's probably a couple more sets lying around the place. But yeah, they're 20 quid each, so it's about 300 quid or so. It isn't that much, but like I've specified in all these videos, I do not go to one B&M store and buy the whole entire shelf. I think that would be really out of order. What I do is actually travel the length and breadth of the country, literally travelling miles and miles. I think my round trip was something like 250 miles. I visited about 9 B&M stores and only ever bought like 2 of each set from each store. So there were plenty of these Daleks left in all the stores I visited after I'd left. So that's it. That is the Chase Dalek army. I'm really happy, and I would say it's pretty much complete at this point. I look forward to seeing you very soon for the Daleks Master Plan. collection building. And yeah, what else can I say? But thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, thank you to all my Patreons as well. You guys are amazing. If you would like to become a Patreon and help my channel grow even more and maybe get some higher quality camera, I don't know, maybe some better lighting, then just let me know down below by clicking on the link to my Patreon and having a little look. So, as always, thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned. I'll see you very soon. Goodbye for now.